Welcome to the instructional video for this Hymer Star Edition B654 SL. So I'm going to walk you around the outside of the vehicle first, and then I'm going to move on inside. So at the back we've got the toilet cassette, just in the lockable compartment just here. Lift up the little lever here, slide the toilet out, and that will allow you to empty the toilet. Just like so. So you've got your vacuum button at the bottom, your lever that you undo and just unscrew to leave it out. You've got handle and you've got your wheels. Your valve at the top must be closed inside before you can move the toilet cassette, and then when you finish cleaning it, just pop it back in place so it seats over here, and then that will allow the toilet to be used again. Chemicals can either go in through the little cap or through the toilet itself, just inside the vehicle. Lower down you've got all the lower lockers, so they all open and stay up, and they just clip on with them little clips there just onto the edge of the unit, and this gives you access to your underfloor storage and your waste pipe. So you'll see there's a sticker just here telling you where to open and close your fresh water, your wastewater, and again you just turn the dial, which is just located just in there, and that empties the wastewater. There is an extension hose that's usable for you, which you can just clip onto there to give you a longer reach for that particular wastewater. That's anything that goes in through down through the showers or the sink plugs. What you simply do then is you just twist them to tighten them up, pop your key in, turn the key and press it in so it sits flush, and then that is locked in place just there, and then do the opposite to open it up to allow you to gain access in there. The windows all open and stay on the rams just like that, and have fly screens and blinds. I'll show you the blinds when we move inside. We've got another storage area here, which again gives you access to generally wet storage. So, and again just lifts on and holds on place just with a little clip there. Yep. And then just secures in place just like so. Forward of that we've got the leisure battery and the solar panel regulator, as well as the main E-box, which is your main fuse box for the vehicle. Yep, so that's all in that one area, just located just behind the diesel point, again with a little flap just to hold the door up when you're going in there. The flap's clearly marked just there with diesel, and then behind that is the water. So you see there's a little water mark here, that's where you fill up your fresh water. So fresh water here, diesel there. Please don't get the two mixed up. There you go. Cab area, you open that up, you'll see the bonnet release catch is just found there, and that's how you gain access to under the bonnet. The vehicle battery is actually located underneath the panel on the floor, so if you want to get to the battery for the vehicle, that is where it's located. To the front, just lift it up and that will gain you access underneath. In here we've got your screen wash to the left, we've got your positive and negative terminals just there, and your oil and your dipstick just there. Closing it, just firmly close, just press in the middle there and that will close it up. Driver's side we've got your gas locker area, and this utilises the same lock with the same single key, and that's where you will find your regulator pigtail. We'll take two bottles, and the pipe running around the edge is your wastewater pipe. Yeah, so that's the extension I mentioned earlier in the video. Back of that we've got another locker which has the little supporting clip just there, and that gives you access underneath there for your belongings. Again, making sure that we're tightening these up before we're travelling off and locking them if there are valuables in there. This door has a sliding window so that it doesn't interfere with the door, and there's also a step that's on the habitation door just there. Behind that we have your mains electrical plug-in point, an awning light high up, and your fridge vents and oven vents just at the side. Behind that we've got the Truma vent for the heating system and the hot water. Does get warm this, so just be careful. And behind that we have got an external barbecue point that's been fitted as an extra by the looks of it by the previous owner. We've also got a Fiamma awning Now I'll send you a separate video of how the awnings work, and that will show you how to operate the awning safely. So you've got a main access hatch into the rear of the vehicle, and that goes in here. Here we've got the toolkit, we've got an extra socket and a light, we've got your tyre and wheel, spare wheel, awning pole and your carpet. Just in the compartment here is where your boiler is, and this is where your frost protection valve, but I'll show you where that is inside the vehicle. Again, just twist, push and twist, push and twist. That's just in place there. Towards the back of the vehicle we've got a reversing camera, which is high up mounted there for you as well. So that's the outside of the vehicle done. Let's move on inside. We've got a blind in the door as well, so a full height blind there, and we've got a fly screen that is full height of the habitation door. The door itself just closes using the handle, and we've got a lock button there to lock the door in place. Turn it down and pull the lever, and that gains you access out of the habitation area. So bed wise, you've got a pull down A-class bed on here. The ladders just hook onto the rails here. When you're storing the ladders away, there is a designated spot for them to go into, which is just there underneath, and they will store away nice and neat. You've got your own light up here, and you've got a retaining strap to hold the bed up should you want it. You've got the curtains just on the side to screen you off and give you privacy. Putting the bed away, you just lift the bed towards you and then up, and then that is your bed out the way. The seats themselves will just fold down quickly, and you just press down on that lever and pull the seat back, and that allows it to spin down like so. And then to swivel them, we just use these little levers on the edge here to pull that forward and pull that one forward, and that spins it round. The two here are to adjust the height of the base, and then the backrest is there, the armrests are at the side. So they'll just swivel around. Now you've got to be careful on this side that you just watch the gear lever, but then just spin it around so it is in your line setup for your everyday use. Cab area, we've got the multimedia system with the reversing camera. We've got climate control, hazard lights, lock buttons, cup holders, heater cooled glove box area, a locked glove box area lower down. There's an isolator switch just to the left hand side to isolate the head unit. We've also then got on this side mirror switches, step buttons and a heater fan for the front area. Handbrake is found to the right hand side. We've got trip button, windscreen wipers on this side, and on this side we've got your lights and your indicators and your cruise control underneath. The blinds themselves just pop along, so you'll need to just unclip the little buttons, top and bottom on the side ones, and then just go across and magnetize on. The ones in the middle just gently pull along and around the edge and meet with the ones on the other side. So you're screened all the way around the vehicle to block out the sunlight and the heat on a hot day like today. It will keep the heat out of the vehicle. Just there. The blinds themselves have got built-in fly screens, and then if I show you on the other side, we've got a blind as well. So they're built in with both options. Yeah, fly screens and blinds. The large window above opens just by winding a handle. At the back we've got an aircon unit, so I'll show you how to use that separately. And then we've also got the bed here, which when pushed down will give you a large French bed style with big picture windows along the side, plenty of storage above for utilising the cupboard spaces. You press the handles in, which opens up the cupboards, and then they'll click in place. So that's the same all the way around there. The air conditioning unit only work off mains, and when you've got the mains power on, if you press it, it will kick in place. We've also got a little light on here which lights up either side, And we've got a big opening roof light there to let the light inside, which is built in with a blind and also a fly screen. Just turn it off, press the button again, and it will just go down there. There's a diffuser on here to put the air more to the back and the front, which on a warm day like today, you'll probably be using this air conditioning unit to cool you down. Now under the bed itself that lifts up, it's on a gas strut. I mentioned earlier, just underneath this cupboard, and you'll see there's a little sticker here, and this is your frost protection valve. Now this is the little blue valve there, the black and blue valve. So when the diamond is across, yeah, you want to make sure that the nipple in the middle is in, and you press the button. Now that will allow you to hold the water in the boiler. If you turn the dial point towards the front of the vehicle, it will drop the water out of the boiler. So no matter what you do, water will just flow when you turn your pump on, through your fresh water tank, out of that unit, boiler unit, and out underneath the vehicle. So if there's anything in that area coming out, it's more than likely to be that frost protection valve, and it's just located underneath that panel, underneath the bed. That is where the boiler is located, just there. So you can store things on top of these, it's perfectly fine to do so. Just make sure in this area that you do leave the little vents free here, because that's where the heat translates out of the unit as well, and allows the bed area to stay nice and warm. The main controls can be found just above the habitation door. Yeah, and to get it kicked in, you'll need to either turn off or on the 12 volt sign. So that's just there. You've got at the top the time. So if you press it again, it will show you the time. We'll also tell you that we're hooked up to mains, just in that corner. If you want to see what's in your batteries, press that button twice and it will give you a voltage in both the cab and the habitation. Water levels, press the button there, or 12 volt off, 12 volt on. The other options are for your menus, for setting your times and your degrees. So if you wanted to change anything, you just press and hold it, and then it will allow you then to flash and change the options through the menu. So that's your main control panel. The button to the left is the thermostat for the heating, and the heating and hot water controls are found to the left hand side of that. So I'll show you this in two parts. The first part is what we are trying to do, and this is this controller on the right hand side as you're looking at it. So there's 5 positions. You might see it at the minute there. We've got the circle, which is the off position. If we were to turn this up, that would start to heat the water on 40 degrees. Turn it up again, that will start to heat the water at 60 degrees. Turn it underneath, and that will do the blown air heating. So heating only. And turn it down to the bottom, to the last dial, that will do the water on 60 degrees and the heating as well. So heating and hot water. So bottom, heating and hot water. Next one up, heating only. The middle position is off. Top position is 40 degree water. Top position there is 60 degree water. The thermostat in the middle will cool down the temperature that you want it to be, and the speed in which you want it to get up to temperature on the heating and the hot water. The fuel option is at the side, so this is how we're going to get it up to temperature from whatever we've decided to do on that first option. And then on here again, we've got 5 positions. We've got gas only, so just the flame on this one is gas only. Move it up one, and that's doing it on electric 1 kilowatt. Move it up again, and that's electric 2 kilowatt. Move it all the way down to the first one, and that's the flame and 1, so that's gas and 1 kilowatt electric. And move it down again, that is gas and 2 kilowatt electric. So this is the fuel source that you're trying to do. Now what will happen is if we put it on heating, you'll see that there's a light that comes on there and an orange light on there. Until that gets up to temperature, it will stay orange. If it fails, it will come up red. So that's a little warning for you. And when you turn it off, both lights will go out and dim on that unit. So there are your heating and hot water controls. We've also got a smoke alarm just there. In the cupboard to the side here is where your telly is located, and that pulls down with the little frame just underneath here. It pulls down just out of there. Now the vehicle is fitted with both an aerial and a satellite system. To use a satellite, you just put that on, and when you're turning your TV on, that will tune in to the satellite, so free sat, whereas that will use free view. So that's your options of what you want to choose. So make sure you use the right option on the telly that you choose, either tuning it into digital TV or satellite TV. The table will slide around left and right, forward and backwards, and you have got 2 travelling seat belts which are just behind the seats for your passengers. So 4 in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. For your travelling passengers, you may want to give a bit more room. You'll need to take out this cushion here and that cushion there. The fridge on this particular unit, to turn it on, press the button to the side here, and then you've got 4 options, all depicted just here, and an off position which is in the circle there. First one being gas, so that will try and light it on gas. If I'm quiet, you'll hear a little ticking. Now we've no gas on, so it won't light. The next option along is this option here, which is your mains electric. So that's what it would try and cool it with in this scenario. The next one down is your battery. Now the battery will only work when the engine is running, so please bear this in mind. Or the final option at the bottom is auto. Now you might have seen that it's flicked over to electric because we are hooked up to electric. Yeah. So that is your fridge controls. To turn the temperature down, just turn the dial down and it will turn the lights out at the side until the coldest position, the warmest position, and then the coolest position to the opposite maximum. To get in, you just need to slide the controllers to the open side. So that way, that will open up your freezer compartment, and then opposite way to your fridge compartment. When the unit's on, it will light up. When you turn it off, the light will go out. Again, just make sure that these are locked in place before you're driving off. Just like so, and that will stop the doors from opening. The grill and oven above is controlled just from this unit here. So we have grill to the right hand side. When you're grilling, we advise that you leave it open. And then to the opposite side, you have got your oven. Again, just press it in to ignite it, and that will ignite once the gas is on. Just there. To the right hand side of it, we've got your storage compartment, and that lights up. Underneath that is where you'll find your main RCD breaker, and that is your main sort of domestic style breaker just there underneath that lid. If you lift that up, you'll find then your main breaker. Now the first one, so this one here, is your test point. Yeah, what you need to do is press that, and that will flip that down if you're hooked up to mains. Just reset it, but that's always your indicator to tell you that you are live, plugged into mains, and you've got power coming into the vehicle. If your electric's not working from there, then please just check your fuses underneath the seat, and that should tell you and give you an idea if what is working and what is not. Wardrobe area, to gain access, you just twist it to lock it and twist it to open. And again, we've got a light that comes on as and when you want to do that. And then in the bathroom area, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned about the toilet and the blade valve. So when that lever is down, it will not allow you to pull out the toilet cassette. When it's up, it will allow you to do it. You've got a flush button here and an indicator that tells you when it's full. You've got a main socket just in this corner, and then again an opening window. So to open these windows, you'll see that there's a little red button. Press the button in, lever, and then it will allow you to open it and push it out. Yeah, slide slowly out, and it will hold it in place. Just like so. When you want to retract it, just push it up, pull it down, line it up, press the button in, and then it will lock in place, just like so. Behind here, we've got some storage. And then we've got the clever moving sink. So press the little button in, move the handle sink out of the way, turn it in until you go to that side, and then that holds it in. And the shower then can be pulled out of there and put in the top block. Yeah, to slide the door, just slide and it will magnetise just there. And that will allow you to do there. Now travelling, they'll always tell you to just travel with that one back in situ just here, and just make sure it's latched in place before you're doing it. cooker area, we've got 3 burner hob, you've got an igniter, and then you've got your 1, 2, 3 depicting which one you're going to like. Underneath that, we've got a chopping board for the top. It sits on there. And then we've got your isolation valves for your various items, fridge, cooker, and your hob. And then underneath that, we've got your storage area. Just there, again, all these click into place. Storage area just there, and another storage area just there. Draining and filling up of the freshwater tank is done just in here, so using that black wheel. So you'll turn it anti-clockwise to close it, to open it, and then clockwise to close it. So there's 2 stages. There's a 20 litre, so that way we'll close it. So let's start from that will open it, and clockwise will lock it up. So if you've got water coming out directly in the middle of the vehicle, it's more than likely a freshwater tank, and you'll notice this as soon as you go to put water in the system. Just remember to close that valve just there. We do recommend that you do this both when it's cold and when it's hot, if you're not using the vehicle for any length of time. We've got the drop down panel underneath there with storage, just in there. So there's quite a lot of little hidden storage panels. Same under the armrest here. Lift that up, you've got some storage there, and that's your towing eye should you get stuck on a field or anything like that. So that concludes the instructional video for this Heimer. Hope you enjoy it, hope you find it useful. Any feedback would be greatly appreciated, but more importantly, we hope you enjoy your new motorhome and it brings you many adventures. Thank you.